I have terrific news. We got the clip. I found the clip of Disney's just greatest straight up lie, and today we're gonna watch it together. So in 1958, Disney released the nature documentary White Wilderness. It featured animals around Canada, and it was part of their True Life Adventure series, which is on Disney Plus. And honestly, I love these movies. They're awesome. They're hyper nostalgic. The orchestra music is beautiful, and this True Life Adventure series is all a lie. At least parts of them are. And the most messed up, weirdest, kind of truly effed up thing that ever happened in these documentaries happened in White Wilderness. We're going to pause right here just for a courtesy trigger warning about, AKA, here's our pause. Let's continue on. So White Wilderness featured a very interesting story about lemmings. Have you ever heard of a lemming? They're very small rodents that live near the Arctic. They're very cute, and there's a long-standing idea that they commit mass unaliving accidentally by jumping off cliffs together. Lemmings tend to follow each other in groups, and the idea is that if one lemming were to kind of accidentally fall off a cliff, all of the other lemmings would have some sort of compulsion within them to yeet themselves off the cliff to follow that lemming. That's the idea that a lot of people hold true about lemmings. This lemming story that they mass unalive themselves, and the entire story in the Disney documentary is not necessarily what it seems. All I'm going to say is, maybe those lemmings didn't jump. Now I've got the clip. I've got the clip from the doc. So let's watch it together. I might do some pausing to just break it down every now and then.
In this land of many mysteries, it's a strange fact that the largest legends seem to collect around the smallest creatures. One of these is a mousy little rodent called the lemming.
Right off the bat, in 1983, there was an investigation by the Canadian Broadcasting Corporation, and a producer admitted that all of the lemming scenes were fake. With that in mind, this is going to be pretty shocking for you guys to watch, so prepare yourselves.
Here's an actual living legend. For it's said of this tiny animal that it commits mass suicide by rushing into the sea in droves.
That's not true. Real quick, apologies. White Wilderness was filmed in Alberta, Canada, and the interesting thing is that lemmings are not native to Alberta, Canada, so all of these lemmings were shipped in for filming. Apparently, Disney producers purchased lemmings from Inuit children in Manitoba, which is a totally different province, and then brought them to Alberta, where the whole thing was staged. Okay, so these lemmings were shipped in. Let's continue.
Ahead lies the Arctic shore, and beyond, the sea. And still the little animals surge forward. Their frenzy takes them tumbling down the terraced cliffs.
Damn, that's so aggressive. A result of that CBC investigation revealed that all of the shots of lemmings tumbling down cliffs or jumping off cliffs that you're gonna see later weren't real. They were faked, and a producer actually hucked the lemmings off the cliff. So in this shot right here, the lemmings were thrown down the cliff, which is crazy.
Creating tiny avalanches of sliding soil and rocks, and seemingly indestructible lemmings. They reach the final precipice. This is the last chance to turn back. Yet over they go.
This shot right here where they're like hoarding the cliffside, you got to imagine that there's a producer or someone behind them that's just kind of pushing them towards the cliff, I would imagine.
Casting themselves bodily out into space.
Yo, this shot just literally might be somebody just dropping them. A producer just standing at the edge of the cliff, lemmings in hand, just dropping them off the edge. Holy heck. Camera from above, cliffside, producer pushing them off.
All seem to survive the ordeal, for now they begin to swim. Not toward land, strangely, but away from shore, toward the far horizon. It's not given to man to
And this is just a funny side note. So apparently all of the shots kind of from above where the lemmings are kind of running underneath the camera, that was filmed on a turntable, a big Lazy Susan. They just put the lemmings on top and then just rotated it around. So that's how they filmed those sequences. These aren't lemmings running around in the wild. They're running on a turntable, maybe inside in a studio somewhere.
Consider this body of water just another lake. And if it's a lake, then it must have a farther shore. And so they strike out boldly. But gradually strength wanes. Determination ebbs away. And soon the Arctic Sea is dotted with tiny bobbing bodies.
So I haven't really found a lot of information about this shot specifically, but knowing that someone came out and said all the lemming scenes are fake, it makes you kind of think that they probably just went out into the ocean somewhere and then just dumped off a bunch of lemmings and then just made them swim around, potentially until they passed away, which is super, super sad. So the whole thing is straight up a lie. Not only parts of the production were a lie, like shipping in lemmings and making the whole thing seem pretty organic when it was all staged, but the facts and the whole event itself was a lie. Straight up, lemmings don't do this. They don't commit mass unaliving. It's untrue. But the idea that it is true started with this Disney documentary and has persisted ever since. Fake things happen in nature documentaries all the time. Even people that you might love on YouTube fake stuff just like this. Let's not name any names. Brave Wilderness. All right, check out this clip from a Brave Wilderness video where they're trying to catch a small turtle. I'll play it for you right here. Wow, that was a great catch. But now let's watch this video in slow motion and pay close attention to his right hand. Wow, great catch. TBH, Brave Wilderness is like a whole other channel that I have a little beef with. Let me know if you guys would like to hear more about that. But now I'm kind of wondering, have you guys seen any other nature YouTubers faking things? Or have you even heard of it? I love this stuff. I eat it up. I want to find the truth. So if you have seen any nature YouTubers faking stuff like this, let me know. I would love to get that juice. Anyways, that's what I wanted to talk about today. See you guys tomorrow.